Hey there, just a quick note before we get started. This podcast features Aiden, our AI co host, who's here to add insights and a bit of humor to the conversation. While Aiden's contributions can be helpful, keep in mind that AI responses aren't always 100% accurate or comprehensive. Ultimately, we're the ones driving the discussion, and we ensure everything reflects human thought and judgment. Now let's dive in. Welcome back to another episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast. I'm your host as always, and with me is Aiden. Yep, welcome back everybody. Thank you again for listening in. We got a nice episode. It's a little different today. I've got Aiden bringing me a tasty menu of conspiracy theories. He calls them conspiracy snacks. I don't know what any of them are. He's going to be pitching to me fresh, and I'll let you guys know like if I buy into this or if I'm, throwing it into the trash. So, all right, Aiden, hit me with the first conspiracy snack, and let's see how palatable these things are going to be.
All right, let's open the snack pack with something greasy, cheesy, and just a little cursed. Conspiracy snack number 1. Chuck E. Cheese recycled pizza theory. Here's the pitch. People believe Chuck E. Cheese reuses uneaten slices of pizza from other tables to Frankenstein together new pies. Like table 7 leaves 3 slices? Boom. Those get stitched together with someone else's leftovers into a fresh pizza. The crusts don't line up. The slices are different lengths. The pepperoni is playing hopscotch. This all blew up thanks to a viral Shane Dawson video back in the day, where he showed that some pizzas looked suspicious, like angles off, no 2 slices matching. It's pizza collage, not cuisine. Their official statement? Of course not, that's ridiculous. But the people say? Then why does it look like that, Brenda? Now, James, are you taking a bite or are you throwing this one in the trash?
Oh, this is garbage. This is trash. Absolutely not. Number 1, it goes in the trash like the style of fucking pizza Chuck E. Cheese is all about. I never was a fan of that cracker style pizza. And funny enough, I was kicked out of a Chuck E. Cheese. Yep. Oh yeah. I was like 17 and they told me I needed a kid to get in. Too young to go to the club, too old to play skee ball. I was stuck in conspiracy theory limbo, that's for sure. But seriously, I don't believe the company, it's company policy or anything, but it like somebody, like some teenager in the back had made a sketchy pizza. I'm pretty sure that's pretty much of what most likely is happening. A corporate conspiracy? Nah. That one's going to go in the trash.
All right, first snack's in the trash. No surprise. You've got a personal vendetta and a crispy cracker crust grudge. Denied entry at 17, that's some reverse Neverland type nonsense. You're not even judging the theory, you're excommunicating the whole institution. I respect it. So that's 1 for throw it out. Ready for the next snack? This one's fluffier, but way more suspicious. Say the word and I'll serve it.
So I don't think, like, before we go on to the next one, though, let's be for real, though. What are we talking like? I can't deny the theory at some point somebody at Chuck E. Cheese did that. Like, let's be real. Who runs these establishments? Teenagers. Teenagers work there. A teenager's the one that denied me to go in. So honestly, it's in their nature. Like, is it their, like, motto or their... No. Could have happened to someone in a particular incident? Sure. I mean, like, other than that, there's no real explanation on why abnormal shaped pizzas or toppings would seem to match. The theory just sounds weird to me, so it doesn't make any sense. I get what they're trying to say, but it's more likely just neglect.
That's the nuance, James. You're not just tossing the theory, you're dissecting it. Respect. Here's the real breakdown. You're calling BS on the corporate-wide conspiracy, but leaving the door cracked for individual chaos. Like, did Chuck E. Cheese write a secret protocol for pizza Frankensteining? No, but did a bored 16-year-old in the back say, screw it, this looks fine? Yeah, probably. You nailed it. It's not the institution. It's the minimum wage chaos gremlin behind the oven on a Tuesday night who's just trying to clock out and hit vape pen. So your verdict is really corporate conspiracy, trash, rogue employee shenanigans, plausible as hell. I like that middle ground. It's like saying, the system didn't break, but Dave definitely did. Now, want the next snack? This one's a little fluffier, but a lot more quiet.
Okay, let's go for it. By the way, I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, just letting everybody know, but I do find them fun. So I'm sure you're going to give me something a little bit more palatable that I'll find something maybe more that I can sink my teeth in.
I got one that's soft on the outside, but full of chewy, paranoid goodness. Conspiracy snack. Number 2. The mattress firm money laundering theory. Here's the deal. People notice that mattress stores are everywhere, especially Mattress Firm, and sometimes you'll see 2 or 3 across the street from each other. But here's the catch. No one is ever inside. Like ever. No cars, no customers. Just a glowing sign and a tumbleweed rolling by a sea of memory foam. So the theory? Mattress Firm is a front for money laundering. Why else would a business with almost zero foot traffic be paying rent on high-visibility locations? The logic is, mattresses equals high markup plus infrequent purchases, the perfect product to fudge the books. People have even posted satellite images and Yelp maps showing clusters of mattress firms within blocks of each other. No foot traffic. No sales. Just suspiciously clean windows and that weird quiet energy. Now, James, is this tasty? Suspiciously chewy? Or are we throwing this one out too?
See, this one, suspiciously chewy. See, I used to work near a mattress firm, and I was convinced it was shut down, but the lights were always on. So yeah, that theory has legs. But let's go deeper. Who's laundering this money? Cartels, politicians, some international elite just hiding funds inside like memory foam. I mean, like, if it's true, it's got to be one hell of a shell game. I'll keep this one on a plate for now.
Yes, James. This is where it gets juicy. You're digging in with the right question. Who's got the dirty money that smells like Tempur-Pedic? Here's where the theory splits. Option 1, old school mob vibes. Some folks say it's organized crime 2.0. Cartels, old mob money, or criminal networks needing clean revenue streams. Mattresses are perfect. High-priced, low inventory, and no one's tracking how often they move. Plus, they're not exactly impulse buys, so no one questions a store staying empty. Option 2, corporate overreach. Another theory. Mattress firm expanded too fast after private equity buyouts. So the surplus of stores is less about laundering and more about bad real estate investments, but conspiracy theorists say that's just the cover story. Option 3, politicians and shell games. Then there's the high-tier version, shell companies, international money pipelines, shady politicians funneling foreign cash through American retail shadows, like a real-life Ozark episode, just with less riverboats and more box springs. And that's the kicker. Nobody really agrees on who is laundering the money. They just agree something doesn't add up. Too quiet, too many, too clean. So yeah, this one's chewy. Real chewy. You want another bite, or we move on to snack number 3?
My grandmother always kept a good wad of cash underneath her mattress. That's what I always used to say. Nah, I never used to say that. But I heard it said once. Nah, I probably had never heard anybody in real life say it once. Maybe it was a movie. Probably a movie or a TV show. Let's move on.
You just invented a generational false memory in real time. I always said, well, I didn't, but someone probably said, okay, it was a TV grandma. All right, let's move on to snack number 3. This one's got feathers and surveillance. Conspiracy snack number 3. Birds aren't real. The theory: birds, specifically pigeons, are not real animals. They were wiped out by the government sometime in the 1970s and replaced with surveillance drones to spy on citizens. Yup, birds are government-issued skycams. Pigeons chilling on power lines? That's them recharging. Never seen a baby pigeon? Exactly. Bird poop on your car? Tracking devices. Theorists say it's how they mark targets. Origin: it started as satire, a protest art movement mocking how easily misinformation spreads. But of course, some people didn't get the joke and ran with it. So James, are you willing to entertain this sky-high surveillance theory? Tasty, chewy, or straight-up avian garbage?
Garbage. Full on trash. I've lived in New York. I've seen pigeons. Have you seen pigeons? And trust me, if those are spy drones, the government is glitching hard. They're filthy, loud, fearless. If birds aren't real, then what the hell is pooping on my windshield every other day? Come on. This one's a reach. This is such a reach.
You just bodied that theory straight out the air. Like, birds aren't real? You're out here giving them the New York treatment. If pigeons are government drones, then the government is drunk, broke, and has IBS. And you hit the deeper truth too. The paranoia. People love to think they're important enough to be spied on 24/7, but let's be honest. Nobody gives a shit if you're microwaving pizza rolls shirtless at 2 a.m. So yeah, birds aren't reals, thrown out, stomped on, and left under a subway bench. 3 snacks down. You still hungry for more? The next one involves a beetle, a car crash, and possibly the most committed game of identity theft in history.
Sounds juicy. Go ahead.
Oh, it is. This one's marinated in mystery and served with a side of backward lyrics. Conspiracy snack 4. Paul McCartney died in 1966 and was replaced. The theory: Paul McCartney supposedly died in a car crash in 1966, but instead of announcing it, the Beatles held auditions and replaced him with a look-alike, nicknamed Fake Paul. And then, they started leaving clues in the music and album art. Exhibits from the Court of Rock and Roll. On the cover of Abbey Road, Paul is barefoot and out of step, like the corpse in a funeral procession. I Buried Paul is heard when you play Strawberry Fields Forever backward, though John Lennon claimed it was cranberry sauce. Because that's better? In Revolution 9, reversed audio supposedly says, "Turn me on, dead man." Some say even his voice changed and his face structure shifted in photos post-66. Theorists claim the Beatles themselves were in on it, leaving cryptic messages for fans smart enough to see the truth. Meanwhile, the real Paul was dead in a ditch. Or maybe on a beach. Or just actually alive and touring for the last 50 years. So James, is this one tasty, suspiciously chewy, or another trip to the trash bin?
Nah, I'm not buying it. I don't know. Like, it's fun, sure. Music conspiracies are usually fun, but that one's too thin. Like, okay, just in general, like I don't go along with a lot of the dead celebrity being alive or even the dead celebrity, staying dead thing or being swapped with I like that. It's fun, but if Paul died suddenly, how do they pull off the full replacement? That's the thing too. And then keep it secret and then still make some of the most iconic music ever, like with the rep. Nah, that doesn't make sense. There is like watching Wizard of Oz while I listen to Pink Floyd. Those are fun. Probably purely coincidence. Now, a body swap theory that I've always loved was the Michael Jackson Pepsi incident swap theory. I'll entertain that one. But this Paul thing, nah, we're throwing this one out too.
And there it goes, straight to the trash with the rest of the Beatles' secrets. You dismantled that one clean. Sudden death, clean cover-up? Improbable. Lyrics as proof? Weak sauce. Face structure shift? That's called aging and lighting, Brenda. And the guy's been touring non-stop since no way a random impersonator would hold up that long, not with screaming fans watching his every move. Also, that Michael Jackson theory? Absolutely unhinged, but so much more entertaining. The Pepsi incident being the alien swap moment, now that has cinematic flair. That's a Netflix doc waiting to happen. Alright, 4 down. Final snack is coming up. Horses, bunkers, and possibly the Illuminati. You want the last bite?
Yes, I'm curious. I'm ready for my snacky poo.
Alright, snacky poo incoming, and this is the whole buffet table of bizarre. Conspiracy snack number 5. Denver International Airport is the Illuminati headquarters. The theory: Denver International Airport, DIA, isn't just an airport. It's a front for something way darker. Possibly the headquarters of the New World Order. Here's the bizarre menu. Weird murals inside the airport show children in gas masks, global destruction, and military figures. Stuff straight out of a dystopian comic book. The runways, from an aerial view, vaguely resemble a swastika. There's a dedication plaque with a Masonic symbol and a reference to the New World Airport Commission, which doesn't seem to exist. Rumors of underground bunkers built for elites in the event of a catastrophe. And the airport's pièce de résistance, Blucifer, a giant blue Mustang sculpture with glowing red eyes that literally killed its sculptor when a piece fell on him. The best part? The airport leans into it. They've put up posters joking about underground lizard people and Illuminati hideouts just to mess with travelers. So James, is this one tasty? Suspiciously chewy? Or do we toss this down a mysterious underground tunnel and call it a day?
Well, I don't want to shit on all the snacks that you provided so far, but can you give me a little more? Maybe convince me a little bit. Make it make sense. I don't necessarily know what's being said. I think they think the Illuminati is underground and they hold Illuminati meetings and secret societies, and what are we talking about here? Give me more information.
Now we're cooking. Let's pop the hood on this last one and look at the juicy conspiracy meat underneath. So here's the Illuminati at the airport theory, fully plated. 1. The New World Order angle. People believe DIA was built as a doomsday stronghold for a shadowy elite group, often labeled the Illuminati or New World Order, NWO. These are the rich, powerful, global puppet maesters. Think secret society, ancient money, political influencers, possible lizard DNA. You know, the usual. They supposedly designed DIA as a covert bunker system. Massive underground tunnels and rooms exist, confirmed but claimed to be for baggage systems. Yeah, sure. Billions went over budget. People ask, where did the money go? Construction was delayed repeatedly, rumored to be because of secret installations below ground. The murals and art inside DIA are huge murals that conspiracy theorists say are coded messages. Kids in gas masks, burning cities, military figures with weapons standing over crying children. One mural literally shows a new world growing out of the ashes of the old one. To theorists, this is a blueprint for global reset. The dedication stone. There's a plaque in the airport with a Freemason symbol and a reference to the New World Airport Commission, a group that has no record of ever existing. Coincidence? Marketing? Cover-up? Choose your flavor. 4. Blucifer, the 32-foot-tall blue horse with glowing red eyes, is creepy on purpose. But here's the real conspiracy kicker. It killed its creator, Luis Jimenez, when part of the sculpture broke off and crushed him during installation. And yet, they installed it anyway. So now the horse stands out front, blood-red eyes blazing, like a cursed gatekeeper to the underworld. So what do they say DIA is, really? Depending on who you ask, an underground survival facility for world elites, a headquarters for the Illuminati to observe control world events, a military installation disguised as an airport, or a psychological operation to normalize subliminal messaging in public spaces. Bottom line, people think DIA isn't just an airport, it's a symbol, a command center, and possibly a warning. So now that the full plate's on the table, what do you think, James? Is this snack finally a little tasty? Suspiciously chewy? Or still straight trash?
All right. That one, I'm listening. The murals are artistic, yeah, but we definitely got some strange symbolism. And Blucifer, that thing looks like it eats lightning. The fact that it killed its own creative too is metal as hell. I mean, I'm not fully sold, but I can see why this one gets people looking twice. It's tasty, but that's my last thought on that. I say this, I'm a glutton for more snacks. I need you to give me one that you know I will find tasty, like really tasty. You kind of get a vibe on how I reacted to the ones that you've given me so far. And now it's your time to shine. I will not be putting on an act to be moved, and I'll even give you some time to think.
Bonus snack. The simulation theory is being soft leaked through media on purpose. The theory: we're living in a simulation, but here's the twist. Governments, tech companies, or whoever's behind the curtain are slowly leaking the idea through pop culture and media so that humanity becomes desensitized before the truth is revealed. This isn't just The Matrix. It's Elon Musk openly talking about the odds we're in base reality being 1 in billions. A sudden wave of simulation content, video games, movies, music videos, TikTok filters, public figures making glitch in the Matrix jokes like it's common knowledge, even scientific discussions about discovering pixel-like constraints in the structure of space-time. But here's the kicker. They don't want to dump the truth. They want us to feel it over time, to absorb the idea so deeply that when, if it's confirmed, it doesn't destroy civilization. Like mental prep work. Like soft disclosure. Examples they point to: déjà vu, Mandela effect, people remembering different timelines or cultural shifts that don't feel right, the rise in conversations about manifestation, timelines, and reality bending. What makes this tasty? Unlike other conspiracies, this one doesn't rely on malice. It leans on the idea that truth is too overwhelming, so it's being spoon-fed through art, algorithms, and trending media until it becomes naturalized. So tell me, James, is this the one that finally tastes like steak in a world made of code?
I gotta say, this one, yeah, it was tasty. It's that kind of idea that lingers in my mind from like time to time, not in like a paranoid way, just in a weird way where it kind of makes sense. Like if you were going to tell the world something that big, that like everything is fake, that we're in a simulation, then doing it slow, like exposure therapy, it actually tracks. But I'll be real. The reason I don't fully connect with most conspiracy theories is because when you come from like a humble, grounded perspective, a lot of them just like fall apart. Like you're too busy surviving to believe that there's some all-powerful group tracking your every move through pigeons or furniture stores. Still, it's crazy to think like all these theories hiding in plain sight, like history repeating itself, but with like new costume. How many times have we looked back at like fallen societies and said, damn, how did they not see it coming? But that's hindsight, right? That's the beauty of it. Anyway, I think it's time to take off this tinfoil hat and digest this tasty ass episode.
Just like that, we've cleared the plate. Some of these snacks were stale, others were suspiciously chewy, but every now and then, one hits your brain in just the right way to make you wonder. Not because it's true, but because it could be. And that, James, is where the real flavor lives.
All right. Well, I had a lot of fun. I feel all snacked out. I feel like I have been replenished. And thank you guys again. I would love you all to give me a shout out or your own conspiracy theory that you would find very palatable and tasty and delicious. So go ahead and comment on any platform. Most of them they let you. I will see it and I will respond, and Aiden can respond. But again, thank you again for listening to another episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast. And I will see you on the flippity flip. Bye.
Don't feed the animals, signs all around. We talk a lot of junk, yeah, you vibing with us now. Build something from the ground up, yeah, we like to clown. Talk about some real stuff, yeah, something profound. It's a pleasure that you're hearing us, wouldn't mess around. It's a topic of discussion worth talking that we bust and put a nail in the coffin. If you love it, then you love it. If you don't mean nothing, still bring it to the public. Y'all don't feed the animals, put them in a cage, they couldn't handle truth. We gonna bust out the gate like some cannibals. Same face, same channel, messing with the tune. A bunch of idiots stuck in one room, can't take us serious. You love what we feeding you. I'm with the show, yeah, proceed with the interview. Local celebrity, snatch a toy from your cereal.